Sports betting doesn't have to be constant guessing, and there are tools out there that can guarantee you money and long-term return on investment. So, in this video, I want to talk to you about Prop Professor. This is a sports betting app that will take its users from making wagers based on educated guesses or uneducated guesses to providing vital market information and data and setting its users up for success. So, basically, if you want to be a winning sports bettor, you need this in your life. So, I will be breaking down 4 reasons that I love Prop Professor. Before we dive in, full disclosure, Oddshark is partnered with Prop Professor and may receive payment from signups through our links, but we only work with products that we truly believe in, and Prop Professor is one that we are genuinely excited about. Here's why. The first thing I want to mention is the most important one, and that's the price point. There are products out there such as OddsJam, which can cost around $200 per month, and that's not even their most robust package. All access at Prop Professor, which includes everything under the hood, is going to run you $49 per month. That is a massive, massive difference. Take it from this Prop Professor Discord user as an example. Quote, almost 4K profit last month using Prop Professor for pregame and live plays. Prop Professor offers the same value as OddsJam for 1/10 of the cost. There's no better value dollar for dollar. Close quote. Even better is that you have a choice. If you want to focus on just the fantasy option, let's say, $35 per month. If you want to focus on just the sportsbook option, $35 per month. So you do have choices, but still a much more accessible price point compared to some of the competition out there. And one of the best perks is that Prop Professor is constantly adding new features, and that price point doesn't change. At the time of this video, they had recently added a new tool called Smart Money, and the price point stayed the same. So if you become a Prop Professor subscriber, you can expect to see new features at no additional cost, at least based on what we've seen. Next is the Plus EV tool. This alone is worth the price. I will drop a link down below for an article on what Plus EV betting is, but if you aren't familiar, a simple version for Plus EV betting is wagering on something that has a higher expected value than what the odds indicate. It's a long-term betting strategy, and it's one of the features where Prop Professor's value truly shines. This Prop Professor Discord user breaks it down perfectly. Quote, I started with $100 in April, and using EV betting and Prop Professor, I've made over $10K in profit. If you have patience and play your cards right, it can become a valuable investment. Close quote. Perfect summation of Plus EV betting. Prop Professor combs over odds for game lines, spreads, totals, player props, and more over a ton of sports books. It presents its users with Plus EV betting opportunities so that you know what to bet. And as you can see here, and this is true across all of its tools, but green means good, red means bad. And it's pulling from tons of leagues as well. Obviously, things like the NFL, college football, Major League Baseball, but also things like the PGA, WNBA, CFL, and even EuroLeague basketball. Let's check out college football. So for this week, the top EV play right now is NC State quarterback CJ Bailey over 1.5 passing touchdowns, 11.8% plus EV. Cool. Now, why is it a top opportunity? Okay, Prop Professor has this at minus 119 no vig odds, while you can see that other books are offering at far worse odds. FanDuel at minus 138, Fanatics minus 145, and so on. Prop Professor sees that Hard Rock is still offering it at a very good price of plus 105, the best out there right now, hence why it is the top Plus EV pick for today. Now, it has to be said that Plus EV spots change rapidly, so if you see something at, say, 9:30 in the morning, there's a strong possibility that will be gone or have changed dramatically in minutes. So you have to act fast, a few minutes here and a few minutes there, and you'll be good. And it is a long-term strategy and volume play, not a single bet strategy. Plus EV betting does not mean that you win every bet. It means that over time, you'll begin to see profit. And Prop Professor is the tool that does the homework for you. You include your bankroll, you include your bet size, and Prop Professor tells you what to bet and how much to bet. It's as simple as that. The Arbitrage Tool is also another great feature that makes Prop Professor an essential asset. Again, you can hit that link down below for an in-depth explainer on what arbing is, but in short, arbitrage betting is a strategy that involves wagering on both sides of an outcome that will guarantee profit. So you bet one side at Sportsbook A, the other side at Sportsbook B, in that sweet spot where the odds on both sides are just off enough that you are getting a guaranteed payout. So, for example, we click on the Arbitrage Tool and we can see that our top play is in the NBA. It is a fourth quarter point spread spot in the Wolves-Wizards game. So, we can take the Wolves -2.5 at Hard Rock, the Wiz +2.5 at DraftKings, -110, +159 respectively. So, if we take $100, we'll put 42.43 on the Wiz, the remaining 57.57 on the Wolves at these odds. And no matter where that fourth quarter lands, we'll get back $9.90 because we are in that sweet spot between the two books. Now, one thing to note about arbitrage betting is that it is not possible unless you have multiple sports betting apps, as we can see in this example. So click that link down below to visit our sportsbook review page on oddshark.com. Any smart sports bettor has multiple accounts for a variety of reasons, and if you want to dabble in arbitrage betting, you're going to need multiple books. Another thing is that depending on your bet size, winnings can be quite small. Again, as we saw in this example. But considering you're guaranteeing yourself profit, you got to treat it as a marathon and not a sprint. And even if you bet small units, you'll still come out on top. Like this Prop Professor Discord user says, quote, "It's nice to have a tool to make money and we keep more of the profits, especially if you're a small unit bettor like me." This is a great resource to have and constantly monitor so that you can get the most out of both the Prop Professor tool and this betting strategy in particular. Next is for you fantasy players out there. It's the Fantasy Optimizer. This feature is ideal to set up DFS lineups on apps like Underdog, Prize Picks, and other fixed payout platforms. So if that's your lane, this is essential. This Prop Professor Discord user fully agrees. Quote, "Big time start to the month on Dabble. 5 more wins last night. Remains the easiest DFS app to beat. And Prop Professor is just a tool to help you out and get you on the right path." So on these fixed payout apps, what happens is you need to build a slip from like 2 to 8 legs. So no matter what prop you're going to use, the payouts are fixed. So if we build a 2-legger and it's Devin Booker over 7.5 first quarter points, James Harden under 13.5 rebounds and assists, the payouts will be 3 times. If you take Booker under, Harden over, same thing, 3 times. And as you add more legs, the payout multiplier increases. Let's look at a 4-pick at Underdog at 55%. It treats each of these legs with betting odds of -122. So what Prop Professor will do for you is locate those plus EV spots with a win probability of better than 55%. Prop Professor combs through numerous books to compare what's out there without the VIG included. So we get a true glimpse as to what really is plus EV. So look here. The best we can do from today's board is Mark Williams over 2.5 points in the first quarter, Jeremy Grant under 4.5 points in the first quarter, Cade Cunningham under 37.5 points in assists, and LeBron James under 16.5 points in his Lakers debut this season. So the 4-pick is looking for better than 55%, and these 4 would be the top 4 for the Underdog 4-pick. Like the Plus EV tool, Fantasy Optimizer is constantly refreshing because it's reacting to the market. So when you check something in the morning, it's going to be different in the evening before game time. Flat out, it is an essential tool to help you with DFS. And again, really, this alone is worth it. There you have it, 4 reasons you guys need to make Prop Professor an essential part of your sports betting routine, whether you are sports bettors or maybe you're strictly here for DFS or both. And really, I've only just scratched the surface. I could talk about aspects like the customization. I could dig into the new smart money feature that I mentioned earlier. I could even talk about the Prop Professor Discord server, which is an active sports betting community that's sharing plays, tips, wins, betting advice, and much more around the clock. So if you are interested, you can go ahead and use the promo code oddshark25 for 25% off for the first month. That is our baseline promo. But throughout the year, there are opportunities for bigger deals, so always check down below in the description just in case there is a bigger offer that we've updated. So start your journey to smarter, more profitable sports betting right now with Prop Professor.